Hello, Sagittarius. This is your monthly horoscope for May 2025. And I think over the last few months, we've not had the greatest of astrology. We've been spent a lot of the time not so much moving forward, but more spending time looking back at things and how we've done things in the past. Whereas this month, I really do see is that things are starting to change in May. Things are starting to move forward. There's no planets retrograde. The only one that goes retrograde is Pluto, but I'll cover that in a little while. So we're in a lot better places going forward. Yeah. One thing I will say, if you want to go deeper with any of these transits, or if you want to book a private reading, then I'll leave the link down in the description. They usually last about 90 minutes with me, 1-to-1, and you'll get a video recording, and you will get a written summary of all the things that we've chatted about as well during that. But anyway, let's not waste any more time and let's get into this. So we're starting off the month, May the 2nd, where Venus in Aries co-join Neptune in Aries. I think this is brilliant, yeah? At this point, Venus is in Aries, which makes her really bold, passionate, direct. She's not beating around the bush, Sagittarius. So, for you, this is hitting your 5th house. Creativity, passion, joy, romance, dating, sex, yeah? All these fun things to start off. What are you looking for in this area of your life? You've got Venus there saying we can have it all. She loves all the material stuff. She's all about comfort, sensuality, beauty, harmony, fashion, all that sort of stuff. And then Neptune's with her, co-joining her. And she's like, we could make this even dreamier. We can make it mystical. We can make it magical. We could romanticize this area of our life. We could, the only problem I would say here is escapism with Neptune. However, in this part of your chart where it's all nice and fun, would you maybe escape? I don't know. But if you feel yourself wanting to, I can't take this, I want to go and take drugs, drink or whatever to escape reality, that is the sort of thing that Neptune can do. But at this point, just watch out for self-deception, because I can see Neptune being like, oh, we can have it this big and we can do all these big things. And then you might just be like, but it's actually if I just go for these things. If I go for these things, I know I can have these things. These things I'm not too sure about. So we'll just stick with these. And that's you, like, why not go for the things you want, Sagittarius? Come on. We're going to go for the big things because you've got that support from Aries, who's bold, passionate, the pioneer. He goes first, birthing new beginnings. Yep. Okay. Then on 4th of May, we've got Pluto and Aquarius going retrograde. So Aquarius for you is your 3rd house. Yeah, this is your local community, your communication, the way you learning things, processing your thoughts on a day-to-day basis, the surface level, if you like. It's also local community. I think I said that. Siblings, a little bit of extended family here. That sort of stuff comes into this area as well. And that is all about Pluto. What Pluto wants to do there is look at what's going on, break down the structure so that it can rebuild the new. So if there's anything that's been a little bit rocky there, you might. But like, I'm looking at your chart just now. I don't think you're going to feel as much as some signs would, like, unless you have planets that are in your natal chart that are like aspecting with Pluto retrograde. I don't think you're going to feel it. The reason for that is it takes 250 years for Pluto to go around the entire zodiac. Yeah, it's in Aquarius for 20 years and it only went in December. You can look at the themes of communication, your siblings, all these. If there's been little things cropping up between then and now, then you can maybe look back at them. Do the shadow work though, because at the end of the day, that's a good thing to be doing, because as this transit goes on with Pluto, then it's going to get a lot deeper. Yeah, so doing the shadow work now is going to make life easier going forward. So that's the 4th of May. Now, the 5th of May, we've got Mercury in Aries, sextile Jupiter and Gemini. I really, really like this one. This is in your 5th house again. Got a lot of 5th house action go this month, which is good. It means it's fun, Sagittarius. So Mercury in Aries sextile drifting in Gemini. Where's Gemini for you in your 7th house? So this is love vibe, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I think this month for you is love. Is there maybe been somebody that you've been dating? Maybe there's been a little bit of fun there. Jupiter's like, now, well, why don't we make something of this? Why don't we turn it into this one-to-one relationship, this partnership? Because Gemini rules your 7th house. Yeah, it might be. That's how you might want to talk about this. Like, why don't we talk about taking this to the next level? That sort of a thing. You might feel that. Now, I know Sagittarius, you don't want to be tied there. You don't like that, but I think with Mercury in Aries, you'll be bold here. You'll be wanting to be clear. And then with Jupiter in Gemini, you're like, let's make this big. Let's make it. Let's make something of this. Yeah. And I think that's a good thing. Another few good things that you could do around this time is launch products. Look at the ways you make money. Can you make more money? Can you, any communication, like start a social media channel, YouTube, podcast, blog, whatever you fancy, like start a travel blog, Sagittarius, and where you're doing all your travels and you're exploring. That would be a good thing to do around this time. Then on the 6th of May, you've got Venus in Aries, sextile Pluto in Aquarius. So again, 5th house, love, desire, relationships, the material stuff, getting nice and close with Pluto and Aquarius, communication for you, yeah? There's nice communication. You're learning nice things about this part of your. Now, again, it doesn't just mean dating. Kids can come in here as well. You might be deepening that relationship with your children, if you've got children. And again, with the Mercury in Aries, you could be having a chat with people that are in a one-to-one partnership with you. Doesn't necessarily mean lovers, but it could be like a business partnership where you're having that discussion and the things that relationship's growing from that, yeah? Then on the 10th of May, Mercury is going to move into Taurus, which for you is your 6th house. And I think over the last 7 years, there's been a few things going on in this area for you, Sagittarius, when it comes to your daily health, work, routines, your rituals, your habits, your health, your pets. There could be some things that have went on over the last few years, especially around the last 7 years, because you've had Uranus there. Uranus is just about to move into Gemini, going into your 7th house with relationships, partnerships, but that's not until July. Until then, you have Uranus and Taurus, which is all about that daily work, health, and routines. Again, that could be something that you're going to get clarity on throughout this month, what's going on in that area of your life. What is Uranus wanting you to change? You know there's change happening, but you can't quite see it yet. That sort of a thing. With Mercury going in there, we may be slowing down, taking a good think about things, learning things that can make it more stable for us, that can build stability, that can make it comfortable. Yeah? That sort of a stuff. Then on the 12th of May, we have got the full moon in Scorpio, which is going to be... This is us going into the darkest depths of Sagittarius. Going into your mind here, like even below the conscious mind, right to the unconscious mind. Yeah? The dreams, spirituality. That's another thing with Neptune. She's spirituality. But yeah, the dreams, the 12th house dreams, spirituality, the hidden stuff, the things that you keep behind closed doors, can also show us where you self-sabotage as well, Sagittarius. So with that being eliminated from your daily work, health, and routines, that would I maybe keep an eye on that, Sagittarius. Make sure you're getting all your checks done, all your health checks, get an MOT. Pets, make sure they're all good as well around this time. Could be some changes that will be illuminating that part of your subconscious. Out of all the placements, the 12 houses, sometimes it goes a little bit unnoticed because it is so deep. But it can also be the one that can be the most painful if it brings up things from childhood that have been buried so deep down that you forgot about them, or maybe not forgot, but they're just hidden so far in. If they start to come up around this time, Scorpio likes to get into the dark depths. A lot of psychological stuff. It's more about control here. Where are you trying to control the outcome? Where are you trying to be possessive? Where are you holding on to things and gripping too tightly, Sagittarius, that are stopping you move with your daily work, routines, health, all that stuff? Yeah, that stuff could come up, on that same day, Mercury is going to square Pluto. So again, Taurus is your 6th house. Pluto is your 3rd house. You might get some communication here. There might be a little bit of a disagreement. Could be with siblings about your health, work, routines, and daily stuff and all that stuff. Could be with siblings. Could be with extended family. Could just be you're learning something that's a little bit difficult to process. Yeah? Or that's taking a little bit more mental things to process. Just don't try and look for meaning to your Sagittarius or anything. This is surface level stuff. Yeah? Where I could see you getting in, like, underneath the surface to try and see what is the meaning of this. But Sagittarius, don't do that around this time. Yeah? There could be a little bit of tension there. Then on the 17th of May, the Sun will co-join Uranus. This is part of the full moon. You will feel this around the full moon. Remember I was saying about change, what needs to change in your mental health and all that side of things? The thing is, if you don't change it, Uranus will. Yeah? The Sun is there. It's shining a light on what needs to be changed. You don't need to understand it yet, but you just need to know there's change coming. I think as the month progresses, this is like the turning point now, where the month progresses, there's no more squares. Actually, there's one more square, which is kind of part of this. But there's one more square. But the rest is plain sailing now. It's about doing the work. It's about going into the darkest depths of Sagittarius and seeing what you need to fix. Then you've got the Sun sextile, Mercury square Mars. Now, where's Leo? Leo's your 9th house. So this is your higher perspective. You're getting some information here, which is enlightening you. You see what's been happening here, yeah? So you've got Mercury in Taurus, and your daily health and work and routines and all that stuff. You're getting information in that area that's leading you to enlightenment. It's leading you to have your own perspective. Yeah? You might want to teach this stuff. You might want to start a coaching business. You might want to just start a blog or a YouTube channel and start talking about these perspectives that you're having. But it's creating tension between that and your 9th house. I don't think you're feeling quite ready yet. I think that's what the problem is. I don't think Mars wants to drive you into the main character energy with that higher perspective. But Mercury, you just can't see it all coming together yet. There's just not, the clarity is not there. The 9th house is also publishing as well. So again, there's that tension between Mercury and Mars. Mars is there. Mercury's in your daily work and routines. You may be, I don't have the time for this right now. There's a little bit of tension. 20th of May, Sun will sextile Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is your fourth house. Yeah, 4th house. So Saturn's been going through there for the last 3 years. He's at this stage now, he's like, I'm done. I'm ready. Let's close this chapter. Let's close it so that I can move into your 5th house and put down the boundaries and all that stuff. But for now, he's in your 4th house and the Sun is making a sextile. That's lighting up to show you this is what we've done, guys. I think that's what the vibe I get here. But there might be some things that you can, if you see that there's maybe some boundaries at home that need a little bit tightened, that inner security needs a little bit tightened up. These sort of things, you might see things like that you could be doing that will make things better for you in this area of life. Then on May the 20th, the Sun will move into Gemini. So again, the Sun is moving into your one-to-one relationships. What did we say at the start? Yeah? With the stuff that was going on in that dating. I get the feeling there's a relationship developing here. The Sun is going into Gemini. Gemini's curious. Gemini's fun. Gemini can get a little bit bored at times, but they like to keep going. They are very like Sagittarius. The difference between Gemini and Sagittarius is Gemini likes to look for the answers, whereas Sagittarius likes to look for the meaning. Yeah? So Gemini will bob along the surface looking, and then Sagittarius will go right under and like try and find the meaning of why these things are even happening and occurring. And they've got so much to find out in life because they're like the philosopher. So this is, I'd say this is a supportive energy. As much as it's polar opposite of Sagittarius, I think it's going to be a good one for you. But that's us. If you're cross watching and you've got a Gemini placement, happy birthday. The 22nd of May, Venus is going to trine Mars. So this is your 9th house again. This time it's your your fifth house, your creative, your passion, your romance, your dating, your sex. You're getting aligned with something. Yeah, you might want to teach higher education, spirituality, spiritual beliefs, cultural beliefs, religious beliefs. These sort of things, you're getting supported with action. Again, publishing as well. Publishing in this area. You're getting supported with the action from Mars here. And you've got Venus, who's all for it. She's like, this is what we want. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Was that maybe you not thinking you were ready? You didn't feel, but now you're actually getting, I'm ready to start publishing. I'm ready to learn more. I'm ready to become enlightened. Then the sun is going to make a sextile to Neptune. The sun is in Gemini. Neptune is in Aries. So this is something between your partners. Again, that's back to there. You've got that support between one-to-one relationships, romance, dating, sex. There's that. I think they're pushing you for an up level in this relationship, whatever it is, Sagittarius. It's time to set that and make that commitment. Yeah? It's time to make the commitment. I think that's what we're getting at here. But even if it's not, if you're single and there's no potentials, then there could be somebody that you're starting to think, I really like this person. I want to chat to this person, or I want to just make sure you're being chatty around this time, because there's a lot of energy for potential of relationships or love or romance. Sun trine Pluto. So now the sun, again, Gemini, in your 7th house is going to trine Pluto in your 3rd house. That's supportive communication. Again, if there is a relationship, this might be you telling your siblings. This might be telling you extended family. You could be learning information here about this relationship, where you can maybe get, it's supportive anyway. I think it's just it's helping you here. Then Mercury is going to cojoin Uranus in Taurus. So now you've got that fun, all that stuff, fun communication, yeah? Around your creativity, your passions. Cojoining Uranus. Oh no, that's wrong. Scratch that. Mercury is no longer in Aries. Mercury is in Gemini in the 6th house. So, Mercury is in Gemini in the 7th house. So this is now in your relationships. This is you getting some information to change. Yeah, this could be you making a commitment here. There's some sudden change going on. If you're in a relationship, this could be learning something that needs a sudden change in that area in your 7th house. Sagittarius. And then Saturn is going to move into Aries that day as well. Now, I'm going to do a video on Saturn and Aries as well. I'll do one in the full moon, so I'm just skimming over the top here. Saturn is in Pisces, going into your 5th house. I don't mind this. I don't mind it. It's going to bring boundaries and structure to the fun, to the creativity, to that stuff. It might bring a little bit of hard work, but how do you have hard work with somebody? If it feels like fun, that's not a bad thing, surely, if you're doing more of it, because you're... So I don't actually mind this. I think you're going to be bold, passionate with these things, Sagittarius. Then Mercury will move into Gemini on the 25th, and when it moves into Gemini, it's going to sextile Saturn in Aries. So again, Saturn's just moved into your 5th house, and now you're learning more information about that Saturn story. There could be some communication about your passions and your relationships. Your romance and your relationships. You can see there's commitment between there. You're getting commitment for making boundaries and setting and taking things to the next level. Yeah? I get love vibes for you, Sagittarius. Then Mercury sextile with Neptune. What do you really want? What is the big mystical vision? The unconditional love. You're getting supported. You're learning more information about that. New moon in Gemini. This is a time for you to set them goals, set them intentions around this time of the new moon on the 26th of May. This is the new moon in Gemini. When it becomes to your season, Sagittarius, you've got the full moon in Gemini. What do you want in the 7th house to look like then? Your one-to-one relationships, your partnerships. Yeah, it doesn't always just mean love. There's business partnerships, any kind of one-to-one relationship. What do you want that to look like on your season? November. December time. What does it look like for you? Set the intentions now. Then on the 27th, Mercury's still active. He's still now, but now instead of squaring Pluto, he's trining Pluto. Yeah? There's supportive communication coming in. Supportive communication. Again, is there something, you signing something around this time? What's going on between your 7th house and your 3rd house? Again, I get vibes that the family's getting told about something that's happening in this. Could be, but it could also be like a business that's now starting, you're getting more clients and you're getting more one-to-one clients and you're letting people in your local community know. It could be something like that as well. But the Pluto is wanting to break down the structures and rebuild to make them better. So you could be finding that there's things like that. This is a trine, it's supportive, it's harmonious. It's maybe where you're going to get your power from your communication and your partnerships. That sort of thing. Then the Sun is going to co-join Mercury. So all these Mercury transits that have maybe felt a wee bit like, what the hell is going on here? What I don't understand. This is where the clarity comes, because the Sun and Mercury are co-joining. And it's this Mercury will be in the heart of the Sun, as known as a Cazimi. It is in Gemini. Okay, so you have to be aware that it's going to be a wee bit, you're getting all the answers. And it can become overwhelming really, really quickly, Sagittarius. And if you're wanting to expand in all these answers and go and try and find the meaning, it can become even more overwhelming. So try and stay chill around this. Pick one bit and focus there. Again, there's a big focus with your relationships, your one-to-one partnerships, that and your daily work and routines, your health. That would be maybe an area I would suggest focusing on. Maybe travel as well, because the 9th house got a mention. But yeah, Sagittarius, that's what May is looking like. It looks like it could be quite nice for you. There are a few wee aspects, the 2 squares, there's only 2, no oppositions, nothing like that, so. Okay, Sagittarius. This is the part of the reading where we're going to break it down week by week with the tarot. So how's April been for you? Did you have a good April? Did you learn loads? Ready to move into May? I think we're all ready for May. I think we all are. We're all ready. We've done enough looking back. It's kind of been looking back since last September. So it's good to get some forward momentum. And I think things are really moving forward in the Department of Love for you. I would think that from this, but let's see what the cards say. Let's break it down week by week. If you're enjoying this video, then please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff that makes the algorithm say, hey, let's show this to more people. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to book a reading, go further. Again, down in the description. Okay, Sagittarius. You're kicking off, Sagittarius. You've been spending time refining your skills, mastering your craft, so you can get what you want, yeah? Remember what I was talking about with Venus and Neptune? Getting what you want? You have to master your craft. Your daily work and routines are getting a big mention. When things move into Taurus, they're getting a big mention. There's something though, Sagittarius, that you're kind of at a crossroads. You don't know which way to go. Is that something around this, what we were the 5th house and the 7th house stuff? You want to go forward, but you're not sure. You're maybe scared of commitment at the moment or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. You need a little bit more information. Whatever it is, we're coming to the end of that cycle. Something is coming to the end. But just remember, the sun always comes up. Yeah? Whatever's ending here, the sun is coming up. The death card's good. We're coming to the end of whatever was challenging, yeah? I think that is the case. Yeah, this first week is kind of getting back into the swing of things, really. You're getting back into mastering your craft, you've got a wee decision to be made there. And now we're at the end of all that slow time. It's time to move forward. Now we're coming up to the full moon. Sag. Love it. Love it. Yeah, okay, you're taking me seriously here. I love this. So you've got the world. That's the death. The death cards came, closed the cycle. You've reached the end. The world, where everything comes together. Yeah? Second week, just before the full moon. Where did I say that full moon was for you? Your 12th house. It's not as noticeable. I thought that. I don't think this is going to be as noticeable, this full moon for you. Because it's the darkest depths of the undercurrent of stuff. Yeah? You might feel like if you feel like you're holding on to control of anything, that could be a thing. But you're at the end of the world. I love that. Closing that cycle out. Moving on. 9 Pentacles. You are reaping the harvest. Yeah? The seeds you've sown are now fruiting. You're picking up your fruit. You're grabbing it. You're starting to feel abundant. Sagittarius, what is going on here? You need to let me know down in the comments. Something good by the sounds of it. This is week 2. Now, we've got this card here as well, which is you're wishing. You're wishing on that star. What are you hoping for? What do you have faith in? Because that is what this card's all about. It's not just hope. You're past that point. You've got faith. Look at her. She's filling her cup up. She's not got a care in the world. She knows what she's wishing is coming to reality here. So now we're at the full moon. This week is the week of the full moon. Okay. Yes, this one's a little bit more full moonish. Okay. So I think, where's the full moon? Where's the Mercury? Okay, whatever's going on here, yeah, after this full moon, you get the 8 of Cups coming, yeah? The 8 of Cups. You're walking away to better times, yeah? I don't know what's been going on, Sagittarius, but there's something that you're walking away from, yeah? I don't know if you see the full picture though. This is something that lights you up. You maybe had a few choices to make and you've got confused. You did have that two wands, which is like strategic planning. Strategic planning. Okay, so whatever this is, after the full moon, you're maybe going to want to, there's something that you're walking away from here. Yeah? You're walking away from a Sagittarius. I don't know if there was some illusion, some confusion. Maybe something that you just weren't seeing the full picture. Whatever it is, you're here, you're the Emperor. Fiery. This is an Aries card. That's your 5th house. Yeah? Have you decided to make a commitment here? And Sagittarius has always got options, yeah? Has some of them options maybe been a little bit let down and now you're walking away from them? Because now you've got that passion to make that commitment. I don't know. But you're walking away from something. There's a little bit of cloudiness, fogginess going on. But you're fine. You're the fiery Emperor. You've got your heart set on something. And you're going for it. Knight of Wands. Okay. That wasn't what I was expecting. There's a lot of cups here, right? I changed my mind. I don't think this is a love at all now. I think this is business. Knight of Wands, you're running into this, yeah? I think with the 5th house activations here, you're creative, you're passionate, you're not waiting about now, you're taking action. Emperor, you're fired up. That kind of an action. Now you're charging to go for it. There's a new beginning. Biggest pentacle in the deck. New beginning, you're guided to go for that. Whatever you're passionate about, you want to make real and tangible, go for it. Make sure you're building that foundation, which I think you will, Sagittarius, but you're moving nice and slow, taking it slow. Love that. I don't think this is a relationship. I don't. I think you've been refining a skill here. This is my final verdict. You've been refining your skill. You needed a strategic plan, yeah, for this, bringing this together. This is why this tarot helps. There's something ended which is giving you space to be able to plan. You've got that plan now. Yeah, everything's making sense. You're starting to get the things that you need to bring this to life. All the information for your wishes, things you've got faith in, Sagittarius. It means you have to walk away from something. There is something you're choosing to walk away from. Maybe there is a little bit of love tied in here as well. Maybe this is something. Remember, this is after the full moon, so it could be something that you've maybe been holding control of. And now you're like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm off. Bye. There was a lot of fifth house activation as well. And then I think your judgment was maybe a little bit clouded. Or maybe you just didn't see the full picture to your Sagittarius, which I find it strange for you, but there's maybe something here. Yeah? You're the emperor now. Fiery, passionate, knows exactly what he wants. He's not just saying, I want this. He's saying, I'm having it. Yeah? And then it spurs you on to take action. There's a new business, money, material. And you're the Knight of Pentacles. Slow, steady wins the race. You know that. And you're doing it. You're building a stable foundation. Where's Saturn going at the end of the month into your 5th house? That's creative. That's passionate. That's all the fun things. Yeah? Bringing boundary to the fun is maybe if you decided, Sagittarius, that now I'm not just messing about with these passions and that. I'm going for it. And hence the reason there was a thing about 9th house. Is it travel? Or was it maybe you're just going to start publishing? I don't know. But I love the way we're finishing. So yeah, there's definitely maybe money. Definitely your 6th house. Taurus did get a mention. It's looking for long-term stability in that area. Comfort and the daily health working routines. Freedom. You're looking for something free there. You don't want to be tied down, Sagittarius. You need comfort in that area. Yeah. 10th house never got that. No, but definitely publishing. Definitely publishing that. And could say that's a thing. Interesting, Sagittarius. I'd love to know what you've got going on. But yeah, that's your reading for this month. I wish you the best of month. Like I said, if you want private reading, come and book it down below. And come and let's have a chat. Let's dive into this a little bit deeper. Because everybody's got an individual birth chart. Yeah? As much as this is a horoscope for your sign, you've got a moon sign, you've got a sun sign, you've got a Venus sign, you've got a Mars sign, all these things. They're all individual to your chart. I don't know these things. I only can give you a general rundown of what the transits are and how they would aspect a Sagittarius rising, a Sagittarius moon, or like these sort of things, yeah? So if you want to go deeper, come and see me. I'd love to sit down with you. But have an awesome month, and I will see you in the next video.